What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another special episode of GOAT Talk. Got my boy Mike with me again. Welcome back, Dave. Missed you. And now our very special guest, inside linebacker for the now defending Division III national champions, Cortland Red Dragons, Jaden Martinez. Jay, thank you for taking the time out of your day and joining with us, talking about your career.
Tonight.
Of course.
But let's go from the beginning. When did you start playing football?
When did I start playing football? I started when I was, I want to say around 6 or 7. And I actually will never forget my first practice because my dad actually showed up coming straight out of the hospital because he got stabbed in Patchogue actually the night before.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Big
he
Rob, baby.
came in, all
Yeah.
blood
Rob,
all
baby.
over. He had the pants ripped. So I'll never forget that, my first practice ever. So after that, it's been history since then. So
Why'd you want to play football?
I grew up boxing, so I loved hitting people.
You grew up boxing?
Yeah. I grew up
Wow.
since I was my dad trained for his whole life. He went pro and then he made me box for a little bit, but I don't know. I kind of fucked that one up there. Kind of lost what you said there.
You're rather football than boxing, obviously, though.
Yeah. Definitely football cuz I mean hitting people and seeing people hurt is kind of what I enjoy.
And also, I know your dad. You weren't never not gonna play football.
No, I once I played it, like the first time I ever stepped on the field, I fell in love with the sport right away.
So that's your mom's favorite sport too to watch.
Yeah, it's just a family sport that my whole family's just into, and now that I'm playing it on TV,
Yeah.
everyone's loving to watch it. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
No,
I just want to ask him, how was your mom during like all the football games and stuff like that? Shout out Mama Allie.
Yeah, Mama
best.
Allie.
She's
I
the
mean,
best.
if you came to a Comstock High School game, you definitely heard her on the sideline, her little warrior call. But
Jaden's jersey. Yep.
yeah, she's definitely. She used to come in all blue and gold, eye makeup, anything you think of blue and gold.
The
she had on
nails,
ribbon
all
in her
that
hair. She had all that.
Yep.
that's
She's the
crazy.
Yeah.
Now, like,
Love
when
them.
starting, like, young, when you're playing football on, like, Pee Wee and everything, did you ever think, like, you'd be playing inside linebacker? Did you have, like, another position set?
Honestly, I've played every position on the field besides center, I'd probably say. I think I started at tackle, then tight end, and I just worked all the way up to the skill positions. I went to receiver, running back, blah, blah, blah. Played quarterback. Not really, honestly. I played safety in high school, and when I got to Nassau, I thought I was going there to play running back, and I got there, and my coach was like, "You're playing linebacker, like, you're not going offensive." So I was like, all right, stuck with it, grinded, and
I mean,
I'm
you're
loving it.
looking at, like, your senior year, you're playing running back, you're playing corner, but senior year, you had 194 carries, 1,156 yards, and 18 touchdowns. And then to add on, you had 14 receptions, 201 yards, and a touchdown. And you threw you completed 3 out of 4 passes for 90 yards and a touchdown. So senior year, you basically did everything. That's
I had to. It was time to
That was
show out.
basically our offense.
you had 22 tackles, 5 picks, which was actually, I believe it was number 1 in Suffolk County with 5 picks. It was definitely number 1 in your league,
Yeah.
which that's crazy.
I think
So
I was either one.
What year was that?
that was senior year.
Dude, I think
So looking at these stats, you think that you're going to college, you're going to be a running back.
Yeah.
I think
That's what I thought.
I watched half of a football game that year, and all I remember is seeing Jaden literally run over like 2 or 3 kids in like a 10-minute span. I was like, dude, what the hell is he doing out there?
Love crunching down on kids, man. Hey, yo.
And then you also had like, so also you're in pause on that.
Clip that. Yo.
That's funny.
That's weak.
All right, so I mean, in high school, you're a football star, you're a basketball star, you're a dual sport athlete. So why'd you go college football over college basketball?
Coming out of high school, I had little to no offers for basketball or football. So I took the route of going to JUCO. And, I spent basically 3 years there because I had the Corona year. And I really don't take anything back. Because if I went to go play basketball, I don't think I'd be a national championship right now. And that was definitely the life goal ever since I started playing. I always wanted that ring on the hand. I've never gotten it till this year. So
Didn't win much at Comstock, so.
none of us did, man.
It was tough at WAG, man. It was,
all sports.
Definitely was.
Unless you played lax, you guys are always
they
winning
still
there.
didn't like.
Shout out
They
to
didn't
that.
win anything when we were
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
Actually,
Mitch is one of probably the best
Shout out
coach on
Mitch,
Long
yeah.
Island, bro. He's crazy.
Plug
But now you're coming out of high school. What was the recruiting process like? Like, take us through that.
It was a journey, man. I mean, I would text coach after coach every day, no response. It went on for probably, I think the recruiting process took me about almost like a full year, my senior year, because I had nothing junior year. So late senior year, that's when I fully committed to Nassau because I really had nothing else to do. And then I didn't want to go Division III at the time because I thought my skill level was going to be able to take me to the next level, but didn't. And I was completely fine with that because the way I took to the Nassau route, I mean, you really couldn't beat it, man. It made me the man I am now.
Okay, yeah, because that was gonna be my next question: is why Nassau?
I mean, it wasn't definitely like on purpose. If I had grades, I definitely could have went somewhere, but going to Nassau definitely was not the wrong decision at all. Making that Nassau trip was definitely the best thing for me, man. Like there was days where I would go there, it'd take me an hour and 30 to drive to school.
that's rough.
It was definitely like there's days
Would have hit a Yui on the highway.
that too. So
I would have been like, yo, I'm out.
yeah,
So you didn't stay on campus?
no, I drove there every single day.
Because kids stay
Wow.
where usually? At Delphi, right?
Yeah, they stay at Adelphi.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They had-
I thought they like had dorms.
You got a couple
No,
Texas
not
kids
at
there.
because they don't
Out
have
of
them at
state
Suffolk
kids.
either.
Yeah,
We
but
went
like, I
to
feel like
Suffolk.
Nassau was a lot bigger, like for athletic wise.
It depended on the sport.
Yeah, true.
Like we didn't have a football team at Suffolk,
Yeah, true.
or else he could have had a choice between the two. It was kinda
Yeah.
just like
That makes
They-
sense.
Nassau or go
It's crazy
further.
that they don't do that, though.
Yeah,
They should.
Yeah,
They
I
would
wouldn't
get
drove a
they would
football
get
team.
so many more recruits there.
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
Like my first year there, we had a kid from Texas that came down, and he had to stay in a hotel because the dorms
A
weren't even open
hotel,
yet.
and he's paying for that, or his
And,
school?
yeah, he was paying for that for all of camp until the dorms opened up in Adelphi. Crazy.
Wow. So out of state,
You
they're
can have
staying out of Delphi.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Out of state, you have in-state kids too staying there.
Ah, I did not know that.
Kids that live near us that just don't want to drive the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like if you're
yeah.
going to live there, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going there for free. Like they're not paying for it. You're
Yeah.
paying that out of your own stuff, and it was expensive. That's why I didn't do it.
So could you technically get like a scholarship?
No.
No, because it's a JUCO.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
mean, the only thing you can get scholarships for is Division I, and now everyone's getting money for NCAA.
NIL, yeah.
NILs.
Wow. Coming out of high school, so obviously you went Nassau. What do you think what was like the biggest school you talked to? Like, what do you think like your biggest offer on the table that was a possibility?
Honestly, and I have proof. Right before the TCU made it to the national championship, they hit me up that year, mid-year. I was at Nassau, and they hit me up and fill out like a little application thing, and then the coach hit me back like, "Thank you, like, I'll let you know like what goes on with this." And again, recruiting process, no one.
Yeah.
No answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
It's just-
that was definitely the biggest school that texted me. But
Yeah.
I mean, that TCU, I had a couple Division I schools, but nothing really as big as TCU. So
I'm sure you had Stony Brook.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had Stony Brook, but nothing, no offers.
Well,
Everything
thank
was
God you
fine.
didn't go there.
Yeah,
Sorry
That's
as
true.
hell.
yeah.
That is true. I remember.
They actually just fired their head coach.
Really?
It's about time.
I think he was there for I don't even know how long. Too long.
Wow. That's actually funny you brought that up because I remember Dogs versus TCU national championship. You posted a snap story of the Horned Frogs. So I swiped up. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Go Dogs. And you're like, I have to. I'm in the process of getting recruited and I'm talking to them. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, good luck. But go Dogs.
I remember that.
They did not belong in that game.
Nah, that game was
Not at all.
atrocious.
That's because they didn't have you, though.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's facts.
They don't lose by 60. They probably lose by 50. You know, that's a big
10
difference.
point right there.
So, yo, I mean, we've talked about it just many nights over beers and stuff like that. And I'm going to use your words here. How many D1 kids you look at and you're like, yo, I'll crunch this kid up?
Too many of them, man. I mean, all I really like wanted was like an opportunity, and I never got it. But they really, I'll take where I am right now. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah. of
So
course.
I mean, there's kids Division 1 that if I see them on the field, like I know I'm better than them.
Yeah.
And it's visible. But
What do you think the difference is? Networking who you know?
That's 100%. Sorry to cut in there.
You know,
but-
Uncle
no,
knows somebody.
it's
Coach
100%.
knows somebody.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
100%. And that's in awards too. And we know all about that through our whole life.
I totally agree because I could tell you right now that he's probably better than a lot of D3, D2 basketball players too. And
Yeah.
you didn't see him getting recruited to any schools, so like I just know from playing with him, like this guy fucking, like I know he can ball. I've seen him play basketball or not basketball, football. Like I know, I can see what you could do. Like it's 100% networking.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's actually really rough.
I mean, because how many kids from your Nassau team went D1, and you were like, all right. I mean, that seems a little off.
Yeah, I think we had 1, 2, 3. We had 3 big D1s go.
Do you know where?
One to Rice, one went to ULM. That was my Texas, actually. The Texas kid I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He was a quarterback. He went there to play linebacker, and now
Wow.
now he's going to
Quarterback to
transfer to.
Yeah, that's big.
He's transferring to Houston.
Okay.
He's just transferred to Houston
As a linebacker?
as a linebacker. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we had another kid go to Albany. He was the FCS sack leader. And then another.
He was a beast. You told me.
Yeah, he's transferring to Arkansas now.
Tommy actually sent me that. They had a bunch of kids that are transferring from Albany, but yeah,
Albany
he sent me that
Albany
one.
had 2 FCS sack leaders back-to-back years.
That's a
That's
huge jump.
nuts.
You're going from Albany to SEC.
Yeah,
Like, that's crazy.
And we also have another DN that's at Rice. So like,
Yeah.
people do make it out of Nassau. It's just like who you know to help you get out of there, which I didn't really get too much help. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too mad though.
What was like the biggest difference? So you come out of high school, you go to Nassau. What do you think the biggest difference you saw as like the play type and all that, like competition?
Honestly, like coming out of high school, I knew like I'm not the kid to toot my ego at all, but I knew I was the best kid on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But going to Nassau, like every kid that was there was on the same level I was.
Yeah.
Like we were all there just because we couldn't make it to the top level and we had the skill level too.
Grades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
Really
all
is.
fell back on grades. So, I mean, if I had my grades, I really do think I could have made it big time. And I think I still have a shot too.
Yeah, I mean, your career's not over. You're young.
Definitely not, because we still have scouts coming down.
Yeah,
every day,
exactly.
so
Especially now that you guys just won a national championship,
yeah.
there's going to be even more.
definitely.
Like, that's crazy to think. Like, that's actually crazy.
I think we had almost every team down this year for our 2 receivers. So I'm
Really?
excited for next year to see what we have in. Plus our quarterback.
As in Division 1?
Yeah, no, NFL.
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 NFL
Yeah,
scouts.
NFL.
We had NFL scouts
Wow.
coming down, yeah. Talking to
Yeah, dude,
2 receivers.
they could recruit for everything, man.
Yeah.
They don't care what division. They'll go to
Yeah.
those big games.
Mhm.
They know they're big time players in those games.
Definitely.
I didn't even think of that. That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, no,
I thought you were
it's
talking like
definitely-
Division 1 schools.
No, it definitely is real. The scouts definitely travel all throughout the
Yeah.
D1, D2, D3. They find you.
I mean, I'm sure they were all at the national championship because
Oh yeah,
it's the national championship. No matter what division, it's a national championship.
yeah. No,
So they all have to do
everyone
that.
is there or tuned into the game at least. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
on ESPN. But
That's crazy. So now you're at Nassau. What do you think the toughest part was? Now, again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you went there and started, but if not, what was the toughest part getting into the starting lineup?
my first year I was there, I stepped on the field at like the end of the games. I don't even think I broke 20 tackles my first year there.
Yeah.
Got you down 5. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what Max,
Yeah.
Max Prep said.
No, yeah, no, I-
Max Preps is Fugazi. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's real. Like I was really getting like we played Lackawanna.
Okay.
Their tackle was 6'4", 340. Like I was getting manhandled. Like I knew like right after that I was like, damn, like I gotta come back next year. Like, put some weight, man. But at my second year there, that's when I really stepped up.
Mhm.
I came the starter, and I just ran with from there. Me and my other inside, Jack Winey, we just
Mm-hmm.
me and him. It's rough to get around us, man. Like if we're on our game, like we're putting up at least 35, 40 tackles a game combined.
So you guys played together at Nassau?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You guys
Yeah.
traveled together.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
went from Nassau to Cortland.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and next semester we'll be living together. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you look at first year at Nassau, like you said, you didn't really get much play time. You got 5 tackles to
Mhm.
where you jump up, you're at 49 tackles. That's
Mhm.
a huge difference.
And I also moved my position to the inside as well.
So you
Uh,
started outside.
Yeah, I started outside playing Sam, and then as the year went on, I asked my coach, and I was like, listen, like, I think I'd be better on the inside. And he accepted it and moved me inside, and I worked at it. And the year after, I turned up, went second team All-American.
Wow.
And now I'm at Cortland, man.
I want to go back a little bit. So Joey asked, or you guys mentioned that you didn't start your first year at Nassau. Was that tough for you, going from being the
Very.
man of the team, whatever sport you played, to sitting on the bench
Very.
basically
I
and not
mean,
getting any playing time?
I've never sat a bench in a game, like coming off the start. So going there and like going through the work every day,
Yeah.
and like seeing kids like playing over me that I know like I'm at their level.
Yeah.
But like they just knew a little bit more than I did. So I just knew I had to just, I guess, pick up my IQ just so I know I can play at that level. Like my first game in my first year, we were playing at Hudson Valley. I'll never forget this. They ran like a reverse play. So they ran all the way across, and I just got creamed up by some lineman. And then I stood up, and then there was just the running back right there, and he just shook me out of my shoes, and I was like, I really did. This is crazy.
It was a wake-up call.
Yeah, it really was. Like I'm really like I'm not invisible. Like I really could. I'm a regular kid.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
adding to Dave's questions, like, how do you think, like how'd you handle that? Like, not starting, like.
I mean, it was definitely rough in the mental game. Cause driving there every day, I was like, I'm going there, wasting my gas,
Yeah.
not to play.
To not play.
Yeah.
I don't eat. Like I was there from 6:30 to a.m. to like probably 8 p.m. coming home from traffic. So like going there every day, I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
Because you still
Yeah.
are taking classes.
yeah, and I had classes all morning, so I'm like, do I really like want to be doing this right now?
Yeah.
There was times where I would sit down and I'm like, today is not my day. Like I really don't want to go to practice. I don't need to go to practice. They don't know about me.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a regular kid there.
So what made you keep going? What made you finally like snap
Because
out of that?
I knew deep down that I had way more of my college football left, and I wasn't quitting on my first year.
Made a good call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And how many kids you seen quit Nassau?
Way too many.
Just
Way. They didn't want to hang in with the ride. They didn't want to really grind.
You see it at all
Nassau-
levels too,
yeah.
man.
Like we were just in the dust pile. Like you ever like it honestly, it felt like we were in the longest yard. Like it felt like
rolling around in the mud.
it felt like we were going out days like just chilling in like dust piles, like coming out of practice coughing up dirt. Like it was but that was the grind. That was what you really needed, and that's why I'm the man I am now, because like that really changed my life on how to think.
Do you suggest the JUCO route? I mean, like, yo, if you have a kid who thinks like you, like he can go D1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say he might even have the grades, right? But he doesn't have the looks. Would you have went to Cortland right away, or would you have went to JUCO still to try and get that D1 grab?
I think if you have it deep down that you really can work hard and grind and outwork other kids, I really think JUCO is a good move, for sure.
I did on you.
I think it might have been a little better dorming at a JUCO. I think that would have been a little better. But
Because my brother played JUCO ball too, and he would come home and I'd be like, nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm not doing. I would never do that.
dude, JUCO,
I couldn't
JUCO's,
anyway, but-
JUCO's rough. It's a rough
It
route
is,
to go.
man.
It's definitely not a route everyone
I mean,
wants to
and
go
you,
down.
you guys get 5 kids at your game, maybe.
Going
Other than family, nobody.
The stands going from Nassau to Cortland, insane.
I was gonna say it's got to be crazy.
It times by like probably 20. Like it was like we probably had maybe 40 people at our Nassau games. Like it
It's
was
the parents.
it's literally
it was
the
literally
parents.
playing.
Like,
It was literally the
the
parents.
baseball games for Suffolk, it was literally just parents. That's it.
Yeah.
It was parents. It was parents and maybe like a sibling or two.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
just
that's
how it
tough to
goes.
play too
Yeah.
when you got
Yeah.
No one behind you.
'Cause
Yeah,
that's
you
the
got
fun
no
of
support.
sports. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You got people
Exactly.
watching.
That's
Yeah.
what gets you hyped up, man.
Yeah.
That's what gets you going.
Some girls and stuff.
This is like a long shot because I'm sure, but you guys didn't play Eastern Mississippi, right?
Mississippi, no.
No.
The furthest
Oh, that
we
was
went
the
down.
Netflix thing.
That was the Netflix Last Chance.
We were supposed to be on
Last Chance
You.
You.
We were supposed to be on Last Chance You. My coach
Really?
denied it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That would have been
Mike's like,
sick,
what the hell?
dude. That would.
Why
Yeah.
would he do that?
Yeah. Why?
It was my first year there, and he was supposed to do it. And he just told the guys no. He said it'd be too much of a distraction.
I mean, bro. I mean, everyone
it
would have wanted
very
camera
is.
time.
Which that makes sense, but I feel like and the
You
same.
could set boundaries. You could work. with
Yeah,
that.
and I feel like that helps the kids more.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you got
no.
the whole world, not the whole world, but a lot of people have Netflix. A lot of people watch Netflix.
Yeah, but
That's helping the kids, no?
You put those
in the recruiting, yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
gonna
I'm
say
talking
that
about.
you put those cameras on, then you got people like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this when
Well,
when they should have just done
yeah.
that. Like, oh, I'm gonna do a spin move when you got the gap to the left. It's like, no,
Yeah,
you get people trying to be flashy
Fight
at that
the
point.
show.
Yeah,
Practice.
it's like
that's true.
I could see why he would do it, but also like it would have been a good opportunity for
And
all you guys
that
and for the
year-
Show your
school.
kids that's never leaving.
That year,
Yeah.
if he did do it, that's the year we actually made the Natty Chip.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I went to the national championship that year too. So I was like,
Honestly,
I
yo,
got two under my
in
belt now.
hindsight,
Wow.
because you didn't even play that year, good. I'm happy that he denied it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
that's
Selfishly
true.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who'd you guys play in the champ?
DuPage. They're now 4-time winners. They just won this year
Wh-
again.
Where
Chicago.
where was the
Chicago.
it was in Chicago?
It was,
Oh, so
it
it
was,
was like
it
a
was
home game for
supposed to
them?
be at DuPage, like originally,
Oh.
and then it was us and DuPage fighting for the 1 and 2 seed, and there's no
Yeah.
playoffs in JUCO. Just top 2 make the playoffs. That's
Oh,
the chip.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were just fighting back and forth with it, and then they just happened to get the first seed. So they had the home field, obviously. 'cause
Yeah.
they were home, but
So
their whole side was loaded.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
It
So
was-
if you guys won the 1 seed, it would have been here.
No, it was set to be
There-
there anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It-
So regardless,
It's crazy
there,
that it
it's
wasn't
a home
neutral.
game for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was supposed
Wild
to be
to
a
me.
neutral.
Like, what sets that up?
Could have just met in the middle, you know. Go to
Exactly.
like Ohio or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle. But yeah, no, we and we actually flew out for that one. That was cool. But we drove out to Georgia that year. That was rough.
That's
24
rough.
hours till we got
Yeah.
to the
24. Damn.
Yeah,
man.
that's
Think about
terrible.
it. Yeah, 2 full buses of linemen, man.
Dude.
People
Oh.
floor,
Ugh.
stinky. Yeah,
Oh man.
it was rough.
I'd go cry. I just can't sit there. For that long. You know me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do
It was
that.
it was brutal.
What'd you guys do on that bus ride?
Nothing.
Damn.
Sleep.
Oh,
there was
there
literally
There was
nothing.
some
And-
game
And
that
there
we
was no TVs on there.
really.
Yeah.
Mine had.
Oh.
Yeah, one I had TVs.
It was
The
rough.
the coach bus. We played some game. I forget what it was called. It was called Mafia. I don't know if you ever played Mafia.
I've heard a couple kids.
We
play on
played that shit for hours straight when
We
we went to
played,
Myrtle Beach for baseball.
This past playoff run we had, me and a bunch of the guys on defensive bus were playing flappy golf. It's like Flappy Bird, but for golf. Yeah, it was so fun.
It's like perception though, because I remember like we used to get games and be like, we're playing West Hampton this week. It'd be like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
45 minutes.
Hour?
I don't
Yeah.
even want to go.
Yeah, exactly. Those
Yeah,
bus rides are always
24-hour
fun.
bus rides, man, or 18 hours, whatever
Oh
it
yeah, I
was.
can't imagine that. I mean,
It's
oh.
yeah, I'll never want to do it again.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
blame you.
happy to finally be somewhere
Yeah.
stable,
Yeah.
and just chilling.
I honestly, I wish with the people I know now at Cortland, I honestly wish I kind of went there for all 4 though. Yeah.
So now
Those
you
guys-
you finished up a great second year at Nassau. What made you choose Cortland?
Honestly, there was two of my guys from Nassau that went over there. My DN Janice Keys and my other linebacker Jack Winey.
Shout out Keys.
Yeah, Big June. I love that guy, man. He's the guy.
Yeah,
He actually
send
just
us
called me before I missed his call.
Send this to him.
Yeah, I definitely am. But following them over there was like kind of my top choice
Mm-hmm.
because like I kind of wanted to just like finish out my last 2 with the guys that I was in the trenches with. Like we were going through like hell at Nassau, so I was like, you know what, like these guys know what timing we're on. Like
Yeah.
let me go finish out with them. And plus, I really didn't have much offers coming out of Nassau again. So like I talked about like the TCU thing.
Yeah.
That was nothing. And then all those I had like a couple of D1 like text messages, but they were all like preferred walk-ons, nothing crazy. And then I actually went to Brockport the week before I went to Cortland on my visit, and I was gonna commit there, and then I ended up that when I went after I went to Cortland, I told my dad, and I was like, Dad, like this is my home. Like I felt it like once I went for my visit, I was like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a family. Like I really like I loved it there.
And you guys smoked them this year. Throw that. in there,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, you guys played them?
Yeah. It was actually really funny because pregame, postgame, the coaches come up to me talking to me.
Yeah.
Actually, a kid that went to Comswag with us, Mike Talbert, he plays at Brockport now.
I remember Mike.
He was
Yeah.
a beast this year too.
Yeah, he
Mike
was a beast. I feel like he actually got All-American too.
Wow.
For him,
Wow.
yeah. But
What position does he play?
linebacker as well.
Oh, really?
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Damn.
that's crazy.
So like going the linebackers coach over there were like, yo, like come play with Mike, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I was like, yeah, I do,
Mike
but
can
like,
play with us.
yeah, come play with me now. And it was also a little cheaper over at Cortland too, so that definitely fell
Yeah.
into a play.
So were you just close to just saying screw it and just walking on it like a Stony Brook or anything like that?
Honestly, the preferred walk-on. Actually, we've had a few conversations about the preferred walk-ons.
I know how none of this really works. I wasn't in
No, yeah.
recruiting process or anything
But,
like
like,
that. So
Preferred walk-ons, like, I was thinking about taking one, but I knew that like I've been through so much already that
just
I
wanna-
didn't
yeah.
want to have to work for another 2 years to get my spot.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me go to a really good school where I can get good academics and football,
Mhm.
and then I'll be able to like,
Make a difference right away.
yeah.
Yeah, which is not a lot of people know this, but when you first got to Cortland and you going through camp, weren't you like the 4th string linebacker or something like that?
Yeah, I started there as the 4,
Really?
and I was actually staying after for some like freshman reps,
Really?
which is a little setback.
Yeah.
Which I honestly I needed.
How'd you work through that?
Honestly, it's all a mental game.
Yeah.
Telling myself every day that I just had to give myself some time. We had no pads, so I was like, you know what, I'm not too worried. And once I put the pads on and I had a couple good practices, then I was like, all right, they're gonna start to notice.
So you said that it was a setback that you needed. Were you going in there thinking like, I'm the man again? Like this is like coming out of high school again?
No.
Or were you?
I went in there thinking that they had 3 starting linebackers and that I was going to be like a rotating 2 until I got that spot. That's what I thought I was going to go into. But when I got there, they had we had way too many injuries in camp. So like the depth chart was going up and down. And then I actually moved out to the outside linebacker at Sam again when I first started this year. And then I got hurt mid-year, and then I moved back to the inside.
There's might be a few linebackers who hate you and Jack, but
Yeah.
cool.
So love.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you guys had a great first year. You
Mhm.
reached the national championship. You won the national championship. So let's talk about that for a minute. What was that whole process like? Just leading up to the game, during the game, after the game, the celebration? Are you nervous? Like, let's talk about that whole process.
All right. I'll start you through the week of the Natty Chip.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we had a big win week before against Alma to put us. Actually, no, I'm sorry, Randolph-Macon.
That whole run was crazy. You should
Yeah.
really talk about the whole run because every game was pretty much like this.
Yeah, let's go through the
Yeah.
whole
All right,
process.
I'll go.
Yeah,
I'll
you
go
go
through.
through
I'll
it
go
all.
through the whole run. We first game. It really has been a run. Damn. First game home. Won by a missed field goal.
I remember seeing that clip.
So
yeah.
I mean,
I did
that,
not
that,
know
that's
that.
that
Was
says
that Endicott?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
that says enough. No,
Oh, I'm tripping.
Endicott was second round, I think.
not Alma. What the hell? Why am I drawing a blank right now?
No, remember Endicott
City.
on the beach?
Grove
oh,
City.
Grove City, Grove
No.
City.
We went
They-
Grove
they
City
went
to
to
Endicott.
I was
Endicott.
just
Yeah.
gonna
Then
say
to
that.
Alma.
For some reason, I knew that's what it was.
What?
That it was Grove City. It was like in
Oh.
my head. I was gonna say it. I was like, no, I don't want to sound like an
I went
idiot.
blank there. I was like, what's the team called? Yeah. So we went Grove City, won by a field goal at home. Then we went down to Endicott. We actually went down to the big house at Michigan,
Yeah.
which is actually really cool.
You
That-
played Endicott at Michigan?
No,
Oh, I was like, what?
no. This was after Endicott. When we in Alma. We went to
Okay.
Alma. We went to the big house, Michigan's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
indoor
yeah.
facility. Went there, practiced there. Then we went to their big field, saw the field, and then I mean that Alma game was insane too because they right before half actually they scored within like 20 seconds to tie the game up.
Jeez.
So going into half, that was a little like damn, like we're really gonna advance to the Natty.
Yeah.
And then the week after Randolph, that was I honestly I was so confident in that game because they lost the year before. Cortland lost the year before to them in the first round of playoffs.
Okay.
So everyone was like we're killing them. Like
Yeah.
our coach even said like, yo, we don't care how many points we put on the board. Like we're killing them.
And this was semis?
And this was semis.
Wow.
So this is right before we got into the Natty. And we were in Virginia, so we had to take a double trip back to Virginia for the Natty.
Damn.
You guys couldn't stay there?
No, because we had to come back home for finals week.
Oh.
We had finals.
That is so rough.
Yeah,
That's
no, it was
That
terrible.
is so
brutal.
rough.
So like the week that we left that Tuesday, we were on the road the whole day. Luckily, I had my final that Monday before. But people had finals throughout that whole week.
Oh,
Did you just take them online? How does it
Yeah,
work?
people were taking them online. Some of them were like, wait till you get back.
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably got
We
pushed
got- we
back.
got
I know
back.
my man Fridge ain't taking no finals that week.
Yeah, no.
Nah. And we're gonna talk a little about him
Yeah,
later. That's my
we'll
guy.
Fridge in, don't worry. That's the dude. But I mean, after the, actually, I'll talk to you a little bit before the game. Wednesday was our first practice day.
okay.
We got a high school out in Virginia. We had that for 2 days, and then it was like everyone was so calm, like no one was really like too scared to like it was another game. They were the number 1 seed coming back to defend their title,
Mm-hmm.
so we really had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And didn't you guys only practice like 2 days?
Yeah, we
Pretty
practiced.
much,
We practiced
right?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We didn't practice.
That's
Wow.
crazy to me.
So like
That's wild.
everything was
Yeah, that
all like mental prep,
Yeah.
like film,
Yeah.
knowing tendencies, who's on the field, who's not on the field, formations, stuff like
Either
that.
gonna run it or
was
pass it, bro.
really
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really what helped us win that game, honestly, because
Yeah.
they had a couple of kids like number 21 during the game. Like we had no clue about him. Like I didn't see him on film too much.
That quarterback, he was the big shot
their
over there,
quarterback,
right?
yeah.
What was his name again?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, I remember it was like when I was watching the game, they kept talking about their quarterback and
He
they're
was-
like, they're
he
like
was-
kick returner.
He was the Division III Player of the Year.
Yeah.
That quarterback.
Yes.
Wow. And
Which-
the kick returner, I think, led D3 in
Mhm.
kick returns and punt
Probably
returns,
game
right?
day.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, wasn't your coach saying that he thought your guy should have won it after the game?
I mean, Zach Boys, man,
Yeah.
that kid. You guys can see that watching any game.
Yeah.
That kid's the man. Like,
Yeah.
he's him.
Yo, real quick, plug in some Long Island names that contributed big to the championship. Like, who were the Long Island guys that started and were really a factor?
You had running back Jaden Alfano St. John from West Hampton. You had receiver Joey Idivio from Bethpage.
He's Long Island, I think?
Yeah. Is he Bethpage
He
or
was
Plain,
one
or Plain
that
Edge?
went viral for doing this,
Yeah.
right?
Nah.
Oh,
He was
that was
kinda-
him?
yeah. This is actually really
Like
funny
that.
because that blew up really quick, which wasn't even supposed to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took off.
Yeah, that
did.
went that blew up crazy, like for no reason. Who else was on there?
Yeah,
Defensive
you got a
side.
kid from War Melville, right?
Oh yeah, JJ Lapp, the receiver. He's Ward Melville. What about on the defensive side? Who we got? We had a corner from the city. Trying to think who else was big time that.
Say Jack at
Well, Jack,
Lindy,
yeah,
yeah.
Jack's from my inside linebacker. Jack was from Lindenhurst. I don't think anyone else from starting wise was on the island.
I'm trying to just think.
Yeah,
too.
I'm
I
trying to
can't
think.
remember anybody. I mean, the other Jaden stands out in that.
One of our linemen is from Shoreham.
Oh, who's that?
Draw me blank here. Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
Names are hard.
Yeah, names are hard when you have a
Yeah,
When you have
football team,
140
dude. Oh my
40
God.
kids on the team. But yeah, there was 39 of the 58 that traveled was all Long Island.
Wow.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That is cool.
That's
yeah.
really sick.
yeah.
Representing.
I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
I think Long
On the
Island doesn't
map.
get the credit it deserves for any sport.
They
to be honest.
don't
Any
at all.
sport, no.
dude.
You can say that with baseball too,
Yeah.
right?
There's been some good baseball players that have come out of Long Island, and you still don't see any sort of support for a lot of good pitchers,
Mhm.
especially Ward Melville guys. Pat Med, Yankees just signed Stroman. He's
Yeah.
from Pat Med.
Who was
But-
that other Pat Med kid that's like a
He just
big
got
shot
drafted
now?
to the Brewers.
What's his
Josh Knopf,
Knopf,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just got drafted to
That's
the
good.
Brewers.
Literally just graduated, right?
He got
Yeah.
drafted out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
name?
That's
There's
crazy.
Josh on there.
Crazy, dude.
Josh on there.
Hit him up.
He's
I
out in
mean-
Milwaukee, dude. I don't know. He's
Yeah,
probably
but,
not going to answer.
Come on,
We'll
man.
fly out there.
He's
Down.
coming back.
Yeah.
He's from here.
He's got to come back eventually.
That's true.
Well, I mean, all right. So now you're in the national championship. Let's like kind of like break it down by quarter. Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, what's going through your head during this whole game?
First half. I mean, coming out of the locker room was the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How was the crowd?
Dude, we had a whole bus take our whole red shirt freshman and like anyone injured.
Yeah.
They took them up on the bus. So they came up on
Wow,
that
that's
day,
cool.
put them in the stands for us. So we had like it had our kids, families.
Yeah.
It was packed on both sides. And it was a high school stadium, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like crazy big. So like both sides were decently packed.
Yeah.
But coming out of the locker room, bro, they had fireworks coming out.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
so
yo,
cool.
this is sick.
This is legit.
Yeah, like this is some like top tier.
That's
Like,
what you waited for
yeah, this is what I wanted.
however long.
But
This ain't comp swag no more.
no, definitely not.
Shout out. I don't want to keep ripping comms.
It's hard not to.
I mean,
I know.
first quarter, it was tight game. It wasn't really. No, it was honestly it was a physical match first quarter. It was like who's gonna fold first.
Yeah.
We were trying to see like what we could work, what didn't work. But going into half, it was 7-3, and I mean the second half was a shootout. It was 41 points scored in the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I think it was the craziest, one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Th-
was
th- that second half was actually like absurd.
Dude, if you turned away, you'd miss a touchdown.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
It
Like
was wild,
I'd
bro.
turn back and I'd be like, "Wait, weren't they just up 7? Like,
Yeah,
what just
like,
happened?"
It was going back.
It was back and forth.
That-
I wish I was able to get lines on that, dude. Smashed the over. Smashed it.
I think you could have bet on it. No,
No, yeah, you could have.
you could
I
have.
If you
could've.
did it, I mean, it probably depends.
There was a couple
sites and
people that were
stuff,
trying to
but
get onto it.
It was
My man Sains threw some
Yeah.
guap on
He got
Cortland.
on it?
He won. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, dude, I would have took Cortland in the over.
You do
but
it
my
legit or
book
through a
didn't
bookie?
offer it.
was it on like an
I'm
actual
sure it was
site?
under the table.
Yeah, that's why he was able to get it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, after the game, we were in the hotel till 6 a.m.
Yeah. I mean,
Celebrating.
I could
Who
only
was the
imagine.
drunkest?
Gonna have to go Big June.
Really?
Big June.
Oh
Definitely.
God.
I got a
Once he
couple-
breaks that bottle up,
I got a
done.
couple videos for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I mean, that game was just speechless, man. Like we weren't supposed to win that game.
It was like 25%
At
odds,
all.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were supposed to get blown up by 40.
Did you guys? I mean, like, were kids talking about that during the week? You guys care about that or no?
Nope.
No.
Dude, we all went.
That's
like
the
I said, like,
difference right there.
we-
But like
we-
that doesn't
we-
fuel
we
the
went-
fire at all.
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely like made us like want to like really like
Yeah.
put it on them. So like knowing that people were like, oh, 40-point fucking underdogs, like this game's gonna be nothing. Like
Mhm.
Portland's dog.
I remember some
And then
some
we
kid
came
on
out and punched them in the mouth. and-
some kid on TikTok. I
around.
seen it the morning of the game. He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I got I'm sorry, who's the other team you guys played? I'm just forgetting. In the
North
national
Central.
championship. He was like, "I got North Central by 45." I'm like,
Jeez.
45. You should have.
remember I sent it to
You
you.
should
I
have
was like,
DM'd
"Yo."
him. You should have DM'd him and been like, "Yo, you want to throw a little side bet?"
Yeah. I'll take Cortland plus
I'll throw a
45.
player prop on the game.
And then the you watched the game, right?
Yeah.
That 2-point conversion.
Dude,
Yeah, dude, that
Wow.
I mean,
It was.
dude, the whole
I
game.
got up and I was like,
you're like, holy shit.
holy shit! Like we almost just won this game.
Yeah.
Like this game, like one thing that I'll take from my whole life, being in my second national championship now. The first one when I was at Nassau, dude, we were down 4 touchdowns, came back, went up 3 points with 48 seconds left. They ended up driving back down the field and we blew a coverage and they ended up scoring and we lost that natty. So like
Wow.
knowing that like the time isn't over,
Yeah.
staying in this game, I made sure that like everyone was still like locked in because there was still a
It
minute.
was like a
29?
minute. Yeah, it was a minute 20 or something
Yeah.
like
I
that.
think it was a minute 29 seconds left, and our offense still had to get a couple first downs, obviously, and then trying to keep everyone's like composed
Mm-hmm.
was a little rough, honestly, because like you have kids that are freshmen, 17-year-olds that are running around. It's a national championship.
Yeah,
They're gonna do
exactly.
that.
Oh.
So like trying to keep them like under control was a little rough, but keeping like the older guys with me, like trying to get them to get those
Yeah.
guys like really like calm down and like we're good. Like let's celebrate when this is actually over.
Yeah.
Was something I was actually like proud of that I can hold on myself that like I was a part of this. So let me help this team
Yeah.
know not to do what my other team did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've played with you for years. You're always very, very middle grounded. You know what I mean?
Very level-headed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I mean that's the way I was.
We used to have
Born and
big
raised.
games. Me and Tyler be slapping each other. I look at Jaden. I'm like, "You ain't nervous?" He's like, "Nope."
I was born and raised to be a killer, man. I mean,
Yeah, your dad, man.
yeah.
Your dad.
Pops is huge in my life. He's definitely got me through a lot, ups
a
and
good man.
downs, injuries. I mean that Nassau grind, he honestly helped me push through it.
some people who've been on the wrong end of Big Rob.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and we all know about that.
Yeah.
Definitely know about that one. Big
It'd be a cool
Rob's.
podcast.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
So game's over. It's finally over. You guys won. Your first reaction, first thing comes to mind when you finally hold that national championship trophy.
Speechless, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I was standing on the podium, and my DN Sam Maddie gave me the trophy, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, this is crazy to
Yeah.
think about that I have a national championship
Yeah.
trophy in my hand.
Like it's not even real.
Dude, I didn't know what to think, and I had so many people there from my family
Mm-hmm.
that I wanted to celebrate with them. But I'm like, this is a moment.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
this is something I'll probably. I mean, hopefully we two-peat this
Yeah.
year, but this is something I've been waiting
Got
for my
most
whole
of the
life.
guys coming back, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't lose too many next year, so we're definitely hopefully going for a two-peat. But after the game, that locker room, so I didn't get the beginning, when everyone went in first.
Yeah.
But when I got in there after, dude, it was pizza thrown over. They were going crazy. They were going wild in there.
Yeah, fridge would have been a sight to see for sure.
Man,
Notice I'm keep bringing him up, man. Build on him, please. Before I go
All
nuts. That's one
let me
of the
talk
be-
about my guy
one of the
Fridge a
best
little
dudes
bit.
you'll ever meet in your life.
He, I mean, I got up to school and he was in the group that I was with, Jack, Janias, San, TZ, all my close guys up there. Joe, he was a part of it. And once I met him, and you were up there, he was.
I gotta show you a picture of this
Yo,
kid live.
he's cool
Live.
as he's real. He's just a real kid. He's a big he looks he went to Alabama.
Oh fuck.
I went to
He
Bama.
went to Bama.
Oh
Bro,
fuck.
What position?
He's D lineman.
Wow.
Dude, he's
Christian Powell. We can get him on social
yeah,
media.
Christian Powell. Yo, he is a unit. Anytime someone tries. Yeah.
That's a big.
beast,
Yeah.
Gonna mess with that guy.
Yeah,
He's
nah,
big,
but yo,
dude.
Shit. God
great
damn.
guy, great
Well,
guy to have on your side, man.
I
Great guy.
could
But he's the
see
nicest
him.
dude
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
He
no,
really is.
he
I
really
could-
doesn't mean.
Can I get some
bad at
metrics? How tall is he?
all. I mean,
That's
you
a
can
big
look up
boy.
his roster.
He is. I'll see what they have him listed as.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
big boy. I could see him
That
playing
guy
for
looks tall.
Saban, dude. Saban.
crap.
I could see him playing for Saban. That's crazy.
There was a couple kids obviously you got it. I was happy. When you guys won, I was like,
Yeah,
Fridge got
yeah.
it, baby. He was a fifth year too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bring
really?
him.
So this
Yeah,
is
no,
his last year?
yeah. But
Wow.
But-
What a way to go out.
I will see him in the spring because he's
Yeah?
taking a job up there. So I still
There you
partying with him.
go.
in the spring.
Corrections or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
All right, so they got him at 6'1", 340.
Okay. I mean, I think
Wow.
he might be. He honestly was losing weight towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So he probably dropped down a little bit after that. But he was saying, he's like, yo, am I looking a little fat, bro? I was like, nah, Fred, you good, bro. Don't worry.
And he's fast.
Yeah, no,
He really can move this
I
kid.
mean, if you're watching him in the game, he was running kids down in the natty chip.
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
that's my guy. Miss him. Miss him.
I mean, it's kind of going a little backwards, but you could use national championship as an example, or just any big game. What's your pregame pump up like? What's your pregame ritual? I guess.
I mean, I could take you through pregame this year. Honestly, before every game, I go on the field. I stretch out. I make sure my body's loose. I break a little sweat before because I want to make sure my body's calm before I get on the field. And then I head back in, throw my headphones in, and then I usually listen to a little EDM.
Okay.
Get me
Really?
Going,
Really?
get me going a little
like
bit. Get the heart going. And then
Definitely do it.
once right before we get out there, I throw a little AC/DC on,
Really?
a little change up there.
I'm shocked coming
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I throw a
That's
little
crazy.
little
That's awesome.
AC/DC. Yeah.
You got a go-to song?
Probably go Hell's Bells.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I kind of
Yeah.
figured that. Yeah.
Probably go a little Hell's Bells.
Yeah.
Throw that on right before we go out. My little black tinted visor, looking like an animal.
They always make you take that off, right? You can't.
It's
What are the
pregame.
rules behind that?
It's concussion
Freaking
protocol. So you have to see
Is
your
it?
eyes if you go.
Oh, okay. That makes
Oh,
sense.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
it making sense, bro. But if someone goes down and they're
Well,
not moving,
take their helmet off.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't
you
need
can
the
see-
visor
Yeah.
to know
I
that
mean,
this guy's KO.
Honestly, you could just there's a tool. It's do and the face mask comes off, but it's
I get it because, say Jay got up and his eyes are doing some weird shit, but he looks fine everywhere else.
yeah.
They're never gonna know,
Which I've had a couple stumbles this year.
Because
End
it
up
wasn't
little
it
wobble.
wasn't a tint. It was blacked out, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I could see out It's like sunglasses, honestly. It's
But
like
you
black pair
can't
of
see in
sunglasses.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you cannot see my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, bro, is if you had to choose, like, is linebacker the preferred position? Because, bro, you played everything. You were a quarterback
Yeah.
as a 10th grader. like,
Honestly,
what was been your favorite?
I think where I'm at right now is probably my favorite because I'm seeing so much more of the game because I know so much more now.
Yeah.
I mean, if I played linebacker in high school, God knows where I'd be at right now. Because
But
if
also-
I had all this,
Yeah, the glory
Time
of
under my
running back
belt.
is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
I do miss playing running back.
Scoring,
I do miss.
it's not
yeah,
like scoring touchdowns.
nothing
anymore.
like crossing that end zone, putting points on the board.
I mean, what's a
Which
better
I did have
feeling?
this year. Though. I had a pick 6.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I do have that down. Yeah, one pick for a TD,
yeah,
3 sacks, 90 tackles. Damn,
and I missed 3 games.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
What would you say is a better feeling to where you're a linebacker, someone comes running up the middle, or you catch a swing pass and you just light this kid up, or you're a running back at full steam and
And
you
you
just
run.
bulldozer over someone?
I'm gonna have to go back to my RP
I was
days.
gonna say
Yeah.
it has to. be.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I watched the video the other day.
Yo,
My-
word on the street is that kid at Hop Hog is still a little,
Yeah.
little drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that hop hog.
I was
run
on the
was
sideline.
actually-
Was that homecoming?
That was homecoming, right? That's
yeah.
what I was talking about
I
earlier.
went to your
That was
homecoming.
crazy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dude.
Call me on the mic.
Yeah. Rumbling, stumbling, bubbling. Guy's a legend, dude.
Love that guy.
$1 warrior dogs. Come get your warrior dogs.
Yeah.
But you're,
But,
you're gonna go running back then.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
run back there. Laying someone out and seeing them on the floor.
Yeah.
Definitely something to be a part of.
But I remember,
definitely,
like,
like-
senior year, bro. It was like first game against Hills West. I touched whoever's next to me. I was like, he ain't making it through the season.
Mm-mm.
Yo, it was the first game.
That
I'm
was-
not even trying to be
No,
funny.
yeah.
It was the first game of the season, and he's coming in Olympic at halftime, and I'm like, someone's got to suit up. Someone better be ready.
I mean, that was my
Which,
first.
you
My,
know,
my first year actually.
Disclaimer: he did make it through the year. Obviously,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
injuries, nothing
yeah.
like that. But I was just like, yo, this is crazy because you got 35 touches a game, bro, and that's not an exaggeration.
Really?
I was
I
going-
And then-
mean,
I was
looking at it, you had 194 carries.
You also
How
got
many
a.
games you play?
I think it's seven.
Seven?
7
Seven
games.
or eight,
No,
something like
no,
that.
I think 9 because there's 8 in the regular season plus the. Did we make playoffs that year?
Yeah, we lost to East Side the first round.
Okay, even
okay.
9 games, you had 194 carries,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't even know if that counts for the playoff game. So let's just say 8 games, 194 carries.
That's I just did the math. That's 22 a game, but there was games I think
Yeah.
you touched 40.
Yeah.
Other
Mhm.
games.
I mean, you're also catching
we
passes
also
too.
had a-
Like,
We had Cambria too, so
yeah,
Shout out.
That's true.
shout out.
yeah.
But you just got to think like then you were going to play defense like right after.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's no
But-
stopping
but
for
in
it.
high school, I was playing weak side safety, so I really didn't have to do much besides fill down in the lane or just drop
Yeah.
really deep.
You're still out there though. Like there's no.
Yo,
sitting
in,
down and
in
getting a
hindsight,
breather.
it would have been very rough to be two-way running back LB that year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, oh, that
Very
would
definitely,
have been really
Yeah,
rough.
dude, you're getting hit every play.
Yeah.
Like there's no avoiding it.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain would be mashed potatoes by now.
Yeah, seriously.
If it's not already.
You wouldn't remember the national championship.
We'll do this again in 10 years. And
Yeah, we'll see how we are.
He'll be AB status at that point.
oh my goodness.
You go wild on Twitter.
Yeah, and start running off the field with my pads off and stuff.
That'd be pretty cool though. I'd be like, yo, I know that guy.
Yeah, right?
He puts in the work, like, and if it's kind of a joke in our friend group, we're like, yo, Jaden is married to the training room.
Oh yeah.
He really is. Like, you hour and a half in there, stretch out.
Yeah,
eat,
no,
all that
I
crap.
try to take care of
Since-
my body as much
since
as
we were
possible.
Kids, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out
I'm-
Kev too at the high school, man. That guy used to take care of me
Yeah.
every day.
Bro, we'd be like 15. He'd show up to something with the cupping shit on his back. I'm like, where were you? what are you doing?
Always taking care
Yeah.
of the body, man. Always taking care of the body. You never know what's gonna fall apart.
You know my theory on that.
Yeah, try to stay out of the training room.
I got a Chad
You don't like me in
Cinco
there.
theory about that.
Chad Ocho, really?
Yeah. So, never stretched, never did any of that stuff. Ate McDonald's, never got hurt.
Do you think that's
Some
just luck?
some people are just built like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
think,
think-
I
I
feel
don't
like
know,
that's
man.
got to be pretty lucky. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think that's
I like
like
it. Trent Williams said it too. He said I maybe got heat once and got stretched out once. Like I think letting the body heal just
I mean,
naturally and not.
Honestly,
Messing with it too much.
since I've been home for this past break, I got massaged once, and I should probably be stretching more, but relaxing my body is definitely making it heal a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
again, I don't know if it's healing in the right way until I start being active again.
As far as what, like when you move, you're gonna start feeling something.
So I had, all my injuries I've had this year. I went. I had. Yeah, you can go down the list. You know them.
I think that kind of like plays into it too, though. Like if you never got hurt, you're like, why would I change up what I'm doing?
Yeah.
He gets hurt, he's like, all right, now I actually got to take care of myself a little more.
Yeah.
So it's,
You're
you can
telling me
choose. Like I was the
Chad
same way when I
Ochocinco.
was younger, and then I started having knee problems and stuff like that. It's like now you actually got to start trying to like do something to help that injury out. But like if you're not injured, why?
Yeah.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke, you know?
Yeah.
But you're telling me Chad Ochocinco, shifty wide receiver, making crazy plays, never tweaked a hamstring? You're
no,
lying.
no. I mean,
You're
I'm
lying.
sure if you looked it up, he was hurt or something like that. But I just heard him say it.
Yeah, which that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
This man might be on AB status because that's crazy. I mean, hey, if it works for you, it works for
But
you.
that was always a running
But-
joke with me and him.
That's
Like, yo, I'm
wild.
gonna go get training. I'm like, yo, don't go.
Don't
Don't
go.
go to
You don't
that
need
crap.
it.
You don't need it.
He'd be at
Stop.
school. He'd be at school. He was actually. We lived together for a little bit, and then he was across the way. He would always be in my room, like, "Yo, where you going?"
Yeah.
Like training room. He's like, "No, you're not.
Don't go, bro.
You don't need it."
So now that's
Funny.
that kind of leads into my next question. If you think that's like the major key, but the next question is gonna be, how do you stay like focused during a long season? Would it be the training room?
Honestly, I'd probably say the training room. Yeah,
Yeah.
staying healthy.
Yeah.
I lost 3 games this year, and I was going through it.
Yeah.
Like it was brutal.
And what was that for?
Tore my PCL.
Really?
Yeah.
You only had 3 games?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I was,
out
I
3
was just
games
gonna
in
say
the
that.
I was out. I missed.
It's all that training room time. Got back real quick.
seriously.
I missed a day with a high ankle sprain, which was
Those are the
really
worst.
bad.
Those are the worst.
And then I had a 3-week miss with a torn PCL.
It's like peeling a scab. You know what I mean? You gotta let that scab heal fully. Just on
Yeah,
its
it's
own.
like a frozen
Yeah.
rubber band. That's what everyone says
What was the recovery for like that?
for PCL.
PCL, like what's like the training, like therapy session, stuff like that.
Time.
You don't do anything for it.
So
There's no surgery for PCL.
did you fully tear or like partial?
Partial. I was like 75% torn.
So does
Wow.
is that something that actually like heals on
Right.
its own?
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like time was the only thing that really healed that, and
Got
like
it.
kind of like the first week I didn't stretch it. I couldn't because like it hurt way too bad,
Mhm.
and like trying to push off, I couldn't run.
Wow.
So trying to like, I honestly I kind of had to learn how to run again.
Really?
Yeah, like I couldn't run. I couldn't like I could barely walk without like a bad limb.
Yeah.
Like it was brutal. But once I got like my brace and everything, then I was back good. And I was like, all right, like I'll be straight.
Is that from making a tackle?
Yeah, it was from blowing up a kid in the backfield actually.
Really?
Yeah, I went like I blew him up in the backfield, and my
Yeah.
knee hit my knee and his knee. Like,
Ah,
collided.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like, dude, my whole thing just blew up, and I finished the game. And then after, my coach like was like, "Yo, you gotta go to the training room." And I went there. I have Osgood, so like,
Yeah.
it's like you have it too, I think,
Yeah.
right? And so that blew up, and then like the side of my knee blew up. So like I was trying to walk, and
Mhm.
like I
It
just
just
wasn't
wouldn't-
moving.
Yeah.
I was on crutches. Like it was definitely my most painful
Yeah.
I've had, and I've had so many of like injuries here and there,
Mhm.
but like I was playing through all of them.
So like, are a lot of the starters kind of not chilling at practice, but taking it easy? I mean, I can't see you guys hitting
late,
like that.
late in the year. Shout out Coach Fitz because he knew that our bodies really needed help, and we would go Tuesday we'd go helmet, Wednesday would go either helmet or like uppers light, and then like the rest of like Thursday Friday we barely like hit hard because he was trying to keep everyone healthy because we didn't start the same line all year.
Same
Really?
line as far
We
as
didn't-
what the defensive line.
offensive line, we didn't start the same line all year. I don't think
Damn, really?
we had injuries every game. I think we had two ACLs, and I think it was one more PCL and an MCL. Like everyone was just going down on the line.
Wow.
So it was definitely a stretch there.
You guys play on turf a lot, or is
Yeah,
it
we're playing on turf.
like exclusively? Or is any grass fields?
We didn't play on one grass field this year. The only field we were gonna play on that was supposed to be grass was Ithaca, but they just redid theirs last year.
Do you think that had a part in all these guys, especially knee injuries? Because you
Yes
see in the
and no.
NFL with like certain fields
Yeah.
how like
Yeah,
MetLife Stadium how bad the turf is there. So
I
and
think
like
it should be grass.
I
One of those.
A lot of
guys.
players want it
I
to be
do
grass.
like grass, but we had grass in high school, which really wasn't good grass. But like, I really didn't like running on grass. I kind of like turf better.
if you
Really?
So yeah, I think it's
if you get good turf,
Probably-
it's like okay. But when
it's a
you
personal.
I mean, I don't know the difference between good and bad turf in like respect to like MetLife Stadium or Comswog's football field, you know? Like, I don't know if Comswog's field would even be considered better than what MetLife has, but like,
Well, it is.
honestly, it probably is if MetLife is causing all these injuries, but
Which is actually a good thing you brought that up because I completely forgot about that. So we're going to go back a little bit.
Okay.
What's the atmosphere at that Cortica?
That's a good question.
I mean, I honestly would be a little worse.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the during the game atmosphere was out of this world. Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't hear nothing. We had
That's
that game
sick.
like we had to install so many like signal signs because we knew we weren't gonna be able to hear.
Yeah.
But the only thing I got was I had my visor on. They're like, "Oh, it's not that dark out. Take it off." I was like, "Whatever." dude."
Yeah, he's probably some chubby kid,
Yeah.
250 in the stands. He's never been there anyway.
Exactly.
now explain a little bit of what
not
Cortica
that
is for
dark.
the people that don't know exactly.
I mean, it's the biggest little game in the Division 3. It's us versus Ithaca, and they've been going for. I wish I had my shirt on. I think it's been. I don't even know how long. It's probably might
Long
been,
time.
Yeah, it's been a very long time. But they go back and forth every year from either Ithaca or Cortland. But 3 years ago was at Yankee Stadium, which everyone come up to me this year. Oh, you gonna play Yankee Stadium? I'm like, no. I'm like playing home.
Yeah.
Which next year is actually I can't wait for that actually to be home.
Though they had it, last year?
Last
2
year
years
we-
ago was at MetLife,
MetLife,
right?
too.
At
Yeah.
Life, yeah. So I mean it'd be kind of cool playing there.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool to play at Met.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Might-
Yankee
might wanna-
Stadium's pretty cool to
Exactly,
play there.
but-
I want to watch out for that turf though if you guys play there.
Yeah.
Mess myself up again.
That's crazy. So you have, I mean, technically, every year you have a guaranteed big game with Cortica.
Yeah,
Then you have the national championship.
and
It's probably a dumb question, but how do you compare those atmospheres between Cortica and the national championship?
I'd probably say like it would be the same
Really?
during in-game atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, in-game I really don't look around.
Okay.
I just hear it.
Yeah.
So like, as I'm in the game, I really don't experience it as much. But walking out like before the game,
Yeah.
like coming out like when offense goes out, then I take it in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's weird to think how like many people are actually like there watching you, and like people like you don't even know
Yeah.
that are just there or like watching on TV. So like knowing you have like people like backing you up it's kind of cool to think about like on the field like damn,
Yeah.
like you got people like respecting you like everywhere you are. So it's kind of cool.
I wonder what like the total amount of viewers were for the
20
national.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Of course you got it.
222,000.
Ooh, wow.
That was streamed. So that was without like people like in a bar.
Yeah.
Like you got one stream in a bar.
Yeah, so like all the people
So
watching.
everyone in the bar
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
accounted for. So like
Yeah.
we probably had over 400,000 probably watching that game.
Where's this at?
National
Natty chip.
championship. Like how
'Cause
many
we had
total viewers there were?
222,000.
Yeah, that's
Just-
the
just
point. You just
stream.
brought up restaurants, people in restaurants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
I didn't even think of that.
I mean, coming home and everyone's like, "Yo, I watched the game." I'm like, "Did you actually?"
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
It's on ESPN, so
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like we had to stream it. Or
it's just
anything.
weird. It's just weird having like actual fans.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of a little different for me to think about that now, because like now everyone's like trying to be like, "Oh, cool with me," you know? what I
Oh,
mean?
Jay.
Exactly.
Jay, come do a podcast.
My wet paint.
I decided to show back up for this one.
yeah. Dave just magically comes back.
You don't want to do the Adam episode. How many texts you had on your phone after the game? I think it was like, what, 260?
258 text messages.
Man,
That's not counting Snapchat 'cause I snapped you.
Yeah.
I hit him on. I hit him on Instagram.
Oh, that's strictly
I hit him on
That's strictly
Instagram.
iMessage. Yeah. That was like group chats. And
It's
that.
like I got TikTok
Any-
messages.
Any one person you want to shout out who hit you up and you're like, what the hell? But it was like, you know,
I
like
mean,
thankful
Good
that the
one.
person hit you up. Like who?
That's a good question.
Anybody? Cook that one up in the bathroom.
you know a lot of them.
Any coaches?
Almost all my coaches texted
Really?
me, yeah, which I appreciate because I didn't think I would get any, honestly.
Z Krish is loyal to the soil.
Zach Krisher, yes,
Krish is
definitely,
loyal to the soil
for sure. Who would be like surprising? I'd probably have to go with like
Nick Saban. You know?
yeah,
TCU head coach, like,
probably
hey
like
man,
Donald Trump.
Bill Belichick.
TCU, we made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I don't even know, honestly. Surprising
It's too
wise.
much.
Yeah. Dude, it honestly, like I was just copying and copy and pasting.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Like, there was just too many.
Gee, look.
It's like how do you
There's
answer
too
all that, man?
Everyone was getting.
I
Thanks,
get
brother.
three-
Thanks, my guy.
I get 3 texts and I don't answer them. Like Joey's always hit me like 3
I
times
know,
in a row.
They're like, we doing the episode tonight? I don't know. Dave hasn't answered me in 16 hours. And I was like, dude.
Yeah.
So now coming into this
Mhm.
next year, you're returning to Cortland.
Definitely.
You're going to return as a starter to
Yeah.
Cortland.
Definitely.
What about after? What's after Cortland?
I mean, I probably have to say whatever happens to my body.
Okay.
If my body holds up, I actually just had this conversation with my dad the other day. If my body holds up, I definitely think if I don't get anything like going big,
Mhm.
I think I might try to go overseas.
Really?
Yeah, like my boy Jack's brother went. I think he played 2 years or a year in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was getting paid for it out there.
It's really cool.
WWE now, right?
Yeah, now he's doing WWE.
Really?
So that could lead into other things.
That's like, what's his name in WWE?
I think it's Da Vinci.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And what's his actual government name? Just so.
Vincent Winey.
Okay.
Government name.
What's on his license? Wow. So, I mean, what about, so let's just say this is not a shot at you or anything.
Okay.
Very unlikely you get drafted to the NFL.
Mhm.
What about a walk-on like spot? Like, what, you go out to open tryouts?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Looking back now, not taking like a preferred walk on,
Mm-hmm.
and like if I do ever get the opportunity again, I think I actually might take it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I might take like an opportunity to like go play at the next level, NFL wise.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely staying my last year here,
Absolutely.
but if I could definitely get like just a little invitation or something, like any invitation I get, I'm
Mhm.
definitely gonna try.
And what about
Yeah.
this like new league to where you had the USFL combined with the XFL?
Yeah.
So now they have this. It's like United
I think there's
Combined League or something
yeah,
like that.
it's like
Was it the
USFL.
Rock
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, the
Yeah.
Rocks League. So what if you get a call from there?
I mean, if like I said, if my body holds up, man, like I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I love the sport, so I'll play it to the day I die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What? Such a
Because
total
I
side
hate
comment.
You know that. I
Yeah,
hate
no.
Rock.
He's not a fan.
I mean, that would be crazy to have you back on here in like 5 years and see where you're at, and maybe we're traveling to a big name stadium or something, preferably Buffalo. But I mean, I hope your boy Zach ends up with the Bills. Shout out to Zach, dude.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia. Let's
Shout
go.
out Zach boys.
Bills
Definitely.
Mafia.
He actually got announced at the game. That's crazy, dude.
Dude, I saw, like, obviously I follow the Bills on all social media, so I'm just going through it, and I see a Cortland jersey on the field. I'm like, that's, dude, like, they honored the
Two of them,
quarterback.
though.
Yeah,
Let's not
two of
forget
them.
the other
Quarterback
guy. What was
and,
his
what was it?
Bickup, my center. Yeah.
So your quarterback and you said
Yeah.
both from Buffalo, I would
Yeah.
assume. And they got honored at the Bills game on the field and everything. I was like, this is crazy. Shout out to Zach also for wearing the Zumbas. Big Bills. Gotta wear it. Gotta wear them. I got my own. Gotta wear them. But, dude, I was so, once I saw that, I was like, that's actually crazy. Like, that's so cool
Yeah.
that they were
And he did a
the
commercial
game.
for them too.
with the Bills.
He did it with I want to say it was for Chevy. I'm not too sure, but it was
Wow.
with the Bills like associated. Yeah.
Okay, so good thing you actually brought that up because there is one more thing I want to ask you. Obviously, D1 it's a lot bigger
Mhm.
and all that, but how does like the NIL work? Like, are you getting calls for NILs? Like, how's this working?
I mean, I just had a company reach out to me today about making like the graphic tee thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a percent from like sales from that. So
Okay.
I mean, technically, I mean, I would kind of say it's like an NIL, but not really because
Yeah.
I'm not really getting like actually like big time paid, but
Yeah.
little bucks here and there, you know.
Man,
What's
man,
the?
whatever counts.
Was Hypely, right? Is the name of that page where they can find it if anybody wants to buy anything?
Tell you right now,
I'll link it too.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
link
we
it under
put
the
the link in
episode.
you got it.
My shirt hopefully should be here soon.
Yeah.
Dude, they came out sick.
No, the edit.
Yeah,
They
I
came
I
out
saw it. It looked
sick.
really
Yeah, I
cool.
already know
Yeah.
what shirt I'm a cop.
There's only like two.
No,
Yeah,
there's
sweatshirts and all that
Sweatshirt.
crap.
Dude, they didn't have his sweatshirt.
yes, they did. It's
I,
on- it's on the
am
site.
telling you, I went on the website right now and I
Oh,
could
it's-
not find your
it's-
sweatshirt.
It's on.
That's
the,
why I got a
did you
T-shirt.
look my name up?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's white and black. It's on there.
I saw like the graphic tee, which I got. I saw a white with 21 Martinez on the back, or a red 21 Martinez. But that was the only three. I wanted to get the sweatshirt,
Oh, yeah.
but I
I'll
got
sh- I'll show
I got
you.
the
I like the
T-shirt.
shirt just with all the stuff on it
Yeah.
where you.
Oh, dude,
Graphic tee, yeah.
all that
dude,
crap.
the one where he's holding the trophy, like
Yeah.
that's just it's a sick shirt.
Yeah,
But that's cool. That's awesome.
definitely.
I mean, you want anything you guys want to add? Anything you want to shout out in particular? Anything you want to say?
Not really. Besides shouting out my schools, man.
Yeah.
Cortland, Nassau, and Comswag. Made us who I am now.
Goats.
He threw in WOG.
Yeah.
Gotta throw in WOG.
Oh man, we pieced
we
them
all
up
from
enough
there.
on this.
The slums.
we all
The
from there.
WOG slums.
Give the Comstock kids some hope. It's a
Yeah,
champion, you know
definitely,
what I
yeah.
mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Stay in the books and stay on the field, man.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of athletes now.
Now we had identical schedules pretty much all of high school, and every day we look at each other like, yo, we gotta start doing shit.
You guys get like packets at the end of the year to like pass classes or anything like that?
Bro,
Like,
every year we were going to Knick, sign this so we can play.
Yeah.
Dude, at the end of our senior year,
Yeah. Bro, we'd have group projects. Be like, yo, did you make slides? No.
Yeah.
You can't go. We ain't doing it. Like,
Yeah.
Senior lounge,
Oh,
here
well.
we come.
They actually took that away.
Sully's room,
that.
Trem's office. That was what we were on.
Yeah.
That was a Trem's office.
Trem's
spot.
office.
Yeah, Trem's office was a spot.
I was in
Good
class usually.
Good.
I was a loser.
He was a good boy. But yeah.
All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up, right?
Yeah, I don't really remember
Yeah.
how to do the outro, so you can.
I mean, come on.
I kind of
man.
fucking
this
remember.
Was your
it.
job.
I know. I
What,
don't remember it. It's been so
In
long.
the outro.
I used to do the outro, but I don't fucking remember what I used to say. Oh God. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning into this episode with my boy Jay. Shout out Comswag one last time. All his socials will be linked in the description. The link for the t-shirts too and the merch will be down there too. And that's gonna do it for this episode of Go Talk. See you guys.